I used to bring a lot of big, bulky things on a cruise ship and then realized in the room I barely had any space to put them away. And what was worse, I would get home from the trip and never even use them. In the meantime, I was sitting there on the cruise ship thinking, I wish I had brought certain things that really would have made my cruise experience so much better. So today I'm going to walk you through 7 things that I no longer bring on a cruise ship, and I'm so glad I made those changes. On this channel, I help you spend smarter, pack calmer, and cruise better. So one of the first things that I realized I no longer needed were these heavy jackets. Now, we've gone on actually 3 Alaska cruises. We've gone different times of the year. We never found that we needed a big, bulky jacket. Now, what we did need was several different layers of different weights of different kind of jackets or sweaters, because oftentimes during the day, the weather temperature would change. But bringing these big jackets, something that would took up a lot of space that we really didn't need. The next thing that I've started to consider were formal nights. First of all, formal nights have become so much more relaxed than ever before. Now, it is fun to get more relaxed and have maybe some pictures taken when you're getting dressed up. But one thing I started to realize was I'm not going to bring any outfits that require a lot of heavy ironing or getting things together, but rather things that are easier to just pack and wear. Now, I might bring one nice kind of formal dress that you can wear and enjoy that night, but one dress, more than enough for any kind of formal engagement, which might include even going to a specialty dining experience. One is enough, and leave the cotton and very wrinkle-heavy clothes at home. I also used to think that every night I needed to show up in the dining room with a new outfit. Well, reality is, again, cruising has gotten so much more casual. So I used to bring a dress for every night, and of course, all the things that might go with it, and was finding that, again, I was more gravitating, as most people are, to very casual, comfortable clothing. So I forgot about bringing a different dress for every night, different outfit for every night, really was not very needed. To go with those different outfits, I used to bring all different types of jewelry. Now, at home, when I get dressed, certainly love wearing different things. It's fun to get dressed up. But on a cruise ship, again, this is just more stuff in the room, takes up a lot of space, takes away from things that could be more useful. Another thing that you definitely want to bring on a cruise would be any kind of medications you're taking. But in the past, I would find that I would bring in these big jars. Well, nobody necessarily needs probably a bottle this big for some of the things. So I found that it was much better to bring the little packet size, just some drug samples that you can pick up in a convenience store. So much easier. If you happen to need some of these drugs, you're probably just going to need a couple of the pills. Bringing lots of bottles of lots of different drugs and a whole drugstore in a bag, again, does not leave you a lot of space for the things you need. And one thing I definitely stopped bringing were liquid-oriented drugs. Because one time I did bring some cold medicine in a large plastic bag. Well, even still, it found a way to get some of that liquid escaped the bottle, and it was a mess. So no more big bottles, no more liquids. Another thing that I've also left behind is certainly I like wearing and using different purses. And there's all sorts of fun, fashionable purses that you can use, make the outfits look cute and fun and wear different things. But the reality is I didn't need all these different change of purses. What I really needed, though, was the one purse that black, neutral, lots of pockets, easy to take on and off the ship when you're going on an excursion, crossover bag, so it's kind of simple, keeps your hands free. Something like this was kind of the one bag that would go with any and all outfits and any and all activities. So I left all the other bags at home, would bring something simple like this. And then let's not forget about shoes. And I love shopping for shoes like everyone else. I love wearing different kinds of shoes. But I would find, once again, I'd be bringing different shoes for every potential outfit I was wearing at night. Reality is, again, people tend to wear more comfortable, casual things. The outfits are more comfortable and casual. I'd find that because I'd always be putting something like this only at night, usually one pair, it was kind of a neutral pair, would pretty much do me well for the whole ship. So I would find that didn't need to bring all different types of the same type of shoes, so that instead I'd have room for the different shoes I might need. For example, for a hiking excursion, maybe for a water excursion, the different things I needed, but don't bring 6 different pairs of the same kind of shoe, but in different colors. So those are just some quick ideas and some things for you to think about, because the whole purpose here, right, is to not overpack, because then it's just more clutter in your room. And the spaces are on every cruise ship very, very tight. So you really want to bring what you need and not fill your bag with all those things that you get to the point that when you really want to bring in some things that are going to really add to the experiences you want to have, you don't have the space to do it. So just some quick tips. I hope you'll take advantage of these tips. This will help you cruise smarter so that your next cruise is your best cruise. And maybe I'll see you cruising with Susan.